Are we going to lure people back to work, or are we going to force them back to work? So the topic of the day now is people are not coming back to the workforce, right? And that's the chart that I have from the St. Louis Federal Reserve on unemployment level and job openings, shows that job openings are now, the number of job openings exceeds the number of unemployed people in the United States. Why are people not taking them? Well, before I go directly to answering that question, this chart is really important. And if you look at no other chart, look at this one. And it also is from the St. Louis Federal Reserve, and it's the labor force participation rate. And the labor force participation rate means the percentage of Americans, of adult Americans, who are working or available to work, want to work, are in the labor force. And you'll notice that the American labor force has been declining since 2000, particularly since late 2008, 2009. And, it recovered a bit. I think it's statistical noise. Really dropped during the COVID pandemic and has come back a little bit. And I say that because it provides I think, a useful framework around understanding the nature of unemployment and the nature of people pursuing jobs. And that is that we have been running up against a shortage of workers for 2 decades now. We haven't noticed it for whatever reason, because we've had enough people more or less to take jobs. But that gravy train may have come to an end. But we'll see. Like I said, economics is a slow science. And frankly, I don't know the story yet. I don't know whether unemployment benefits are too high and people are kicking back on the extra $300 a month. I cannot imagine that myself. I cannot imagine $1,200 being meaningful enough to me that I would simply stop working and be on welfare. But I acknowledge I'm not everybody. I just don't know what portion of the population that is. And I do think people have awakened and changed priorities and are willing to give up income for a different lifestyle. I think, there's nothing like 600,000 people dying over the course of 18 months to remind people how short and precious life is. I do think that people have discovered, they'd rather live on less and would rather have more of what they expect their lives to be from a personal perspective, spiritual perspective.